Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous on the PC. This is a very lengthy game, isn't it? In-game, apparently 4 days, 12 hours. I don't think that's actually correct. I think I left it running. So probably 4 days, 8 hours. But still, that's quite a few hours. Give or take. Assume 4 hours actually in game, but 4 days in game. That's seems high as that's I don't know, it's a lot. Anyways, we've got plenty more to go. We're finally gonna go have a chat with the leader, the ruler, the owner, whatever you want to call it, of this whole place, Nocticula. Apparently, we're not going to meet with her right away. We're going to meet with one of her servants.
I will help.
But what exactly that means, we will find out.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge. Your orders, Commander.
All right. This way, yes. Hold up. What did you see? Oh. Hold up. Oh, a cloak. Lone Wolf's cloak. Whenever this wearer of this cloak has no enemies or allies around in a 10-foot area, they get a +3 bonus to damage rolls on the range attack and a +2 bonus on all saving throws. Ugh. God. I mean, obviously, it's only good for, say, Arushala. Arushala? What have I been saying? I don't know. Anyways. No enemies in a 10-foot raid area? Sure. No allies in a 10-foot area? She'd have to specifically go out of her way to move to do that. Is that better than the skinned leather cloak, then? Skin leather cloak, if they fail the DC 29 save, they become staggered. And take the Constitution drain every round for multiple rounds. I mean, it's pretty good. Whereas a +3 to damage rolls and ranged attacks, yeah, I mean, it would make crits even juicier. I'll give it a try. I'll see how I like having to reposition.
I'm curious.
I'm missing somebody. Course. A fucking course. Why are you so slow? Why are you exhausted? You're the only exhausted one. Oh, because I waited. Okay, I should be able to remove that. Actually, I don't know if I can remove that. No. Well, with Darren, maybe restoration or heal, perhaps? Heal will remove it. Do I want to spend a heal? I guess it's better than spending a restoration. There you go.
Follow if you dare.
Oh, they have said that the hotfix for the brothel problem is going to come out tomorrow. So hopefully I don't progress that far before tomorrow. But I do tend to play a lot. So we'll see. Will I actually decide to stop playing just to wait till tomorrow? I don't know. That's iffy.
Don't even try to gloat.
I'm on.
Our Lady in Shadow, the Queen of the Midnight Isles, Lady Nocticula, Demon Lord of Darkness and Lust. Sounds like a pleasant lady.
Greetings.
Oh boy, Arilu Vorlesh.
Greetings, Commander.
I came to speak with Nocticula, not you, Arilu.
All in good time. You will have your meeting with the Lady in Shadow, but first, there is something else. You have walked a long path, one where shadows constantly flicker at the edge of your vision, and questions multiply like flies above carrion. It is time for answers. At least, some of them.
Arilu lifts her mirror, and you fall into its cold, shimmering depths.
Day 16, Aridus 4715. Experiment, transformation. Subject, let's skip that. Objective, to embed the essence of a Nahindrian crystal in the soul of the subject. Expected result, the essence will coalesce with the subject's soul, which will ready itself for total transformation, triggering the concomitant powers. The time has come to put my plan into action. You are my creation. Your power was my gift. Now you know.
You won't make me believe this lie.
And what do you believe? That your power comes from Iomedae or one of the other gods?
Ah, such special memories. Remember the laboratory, do you? I told you back then. Go on, look around. See all the ones Lady Aurelia worked on. Here with us is definitely the place for you.
The unseen angel does not speak, but his silence seems to thunder in your ears.
Your power is of the same kind as that of Nulkineth, Jeribeth, and the other demons that you have met. The power of the Nahindrian crystal dissolved into the blood lies within your soul. I have already hinted at this to you once before, when I left the essence along with the lexicon of paradox in my old laboratory, and ordered the suture to make sure the gift found its way into your hands. But there is more. Do you remember when you were taken to Canobris with a wound that would not heal? Do you remember how Terendelev apparently healed you? That was merely an illusion. The dragon was only able to temporarily dull the pain. In fact, it was I who saved you, when I came to you in the caves and implanted a crystal within you. No, saved is not the right word. Your wound is still not healed. That is why your wound weeps blood from time to time, every drop of which burns your enemies.
As if to confirm her words, blood begins to seep from the wound on your chest. Eerie flames seem to dance within the crimson drops.
This is pure essence of Nahindrian crystal. My invention is far superior to the crystals used by Xanther, which were barely refined at all. It will give you new strength and help you to overcome the wound that still slumbers within your soul. Take it. Take it, and you will see that this is the very power that has lived in you since the Battle of Canobris.
Not much of a threat. Look at me. Before you know it, I'll be a decrepit heap of flesh just like some. But I still managed to keep living somehow.
Suck it, Arilu. I won't eat out of your hand, even if it makes me weaker. You channel all your power into these words, and strangely you feel a surge of power within you in response. You turn down what Arilu Vorlesh offered you, and your whole being embraces that choice. A wave of cold washes over your chest, and the open wound becomes smaller, as if your decision compelled it to shrink.
That effect, how unexpected. It deserves to be studied, but I will see to that later.
Enough! Enough of this madness! I was blind. O Lady of Heaven, how blind I was. I saw holiness in the half-fiend's creation. Away! Away from this festering hole! I must bring this terrible truth to Queen Galfrey and save those who can be saved from this darkness!
My actions undermined his trust. What exactly did I do to undermine his trust?
We still have something to discuss.
See a glow emanating from your soul. You have committed a crime against the universal order, and I'm giving you the chance to repent here and now.
I remember our first meeting. Many years ago, you suddenly appeared in my house, and then just as suddenly you disappeared. Years passed before everything fell into place, and I understood the meaning behind your appearance. I don't know what changes you have already wrought to bring this world about, but one thing will remain unchanged in any space-time continuum. I will not regret what I did, not for a moment.
What is this wound in my soul? How dangerous is it?
It was my mistake, my failure. I failed to... The tale is too long to recount here. Your wound is a reflection of the world wound in a way. It is very dangerous, even if you do not yet realize it. It is not a disease, but rather an abscess, which will one day burst and kill you. It cannot fully be healed until the world wound is healed. No doubt you have felt this affliction on several occasions. It awakens when you use your power. It makes you sense more strongly what mortals call the corruption of the abyss. Until the world wound is healed, you will have no peace.
You followed me.
Like a witch in a fairy tale, I watched over you from birth. From before that, even. And I kept detailed notes. You were chosen and prepared for a special destiny. Aside from this, I helped you, even when you were unaware of my presence. I saved you and your unfortunate companions when you fell into the crevice in Canabras. In the Grey Garrison, it was I who distracted Minago to allow you to approach the Wardstone. And I also left you a present in my old laboratory, and told the Suture to see that you received it. I knew that sooner or later you would find your way there. That place exerts a powerful pull.
Don't expect thanks for your help. You're a scheming liar and an enemy. You'll die at my hand sooner or later.
Thanks. That is what you think I expect? Without me, you would not even exist. However, we will revisit this subject some other time.
Why was that whole ploy with the lab necessary? You were ready to sacrifice your servant, the Suture, for it.
You always have to sacrifice something. I wanted you to go to the laboratory to see with your own eyes what I had been doing and what I am capable of, so it would be easier for you to accept the truth. The laboratory is the place where I prepared your ascent. And the Suture was the only one who I could trust to execute my plan and explain everything. After all, he too once experienced rebirth at my hands, and that is why I was willing to risk his life.
All you know is trickery and deceit. How can I trust you?
Honesty is a luxury we cannot often afford. I don't expect you to understand this now, but at least try to remember it for the future.
Tell me about Nahindrian crystals. Start from the beginning.
Nahindrian crystals are formed from the solidified blood of demon lords. Their properties are not well known, even among the inhabitants of the Abyss. And there are reasons for this. Acquiring the blood of a dead demon lord is very difficult. After a demon lord dies, their body is instantly absorbed into the Rift of Repose. Only the Lady in Shadow knows how to kill them in a way that allows her to preserve the bodies of her fellow lords and transform them into a solid state. That means that Nahindrian crystals cannot be obtained anywhere other than the Midnight Isles. Or rather, it was impossible until recently, when I managed to experimentally obtain a crystal from the blood of a still living lord. You saw the result. A dagger made from Discari's freshly shed blood, which I left for you in Canabris. As regards the use of the crystals, that is a discussion that would take time, a very long time. Someday I will finish my groundbreaking treatise on the transformation of Nahindrian crystals, although it is unlikely I will ever publish it.
So you figured out how to use the crystals to imbue living creatures with power.
Not just any creatures, demons and half-demons. The soul must have a stable connection with the Abyss in order for it to receive the power of the crystal. Experiments involving tieflings and mongrels failed because the voice of the Abyss was not strong enough within them.
Valuable information. The Order will be interested to learn this.
But I'm not a demon.
I wasn't a demon either when I started. But there are always ways to circumvent, or even to override the laws of the universe.
Dude, do not talk about the laws of the universe to me!
I changed myself by knitting my soul together with the essence of the Abyss. And I changed you. Do you remember the fits of rage that began shortly after Discari's attack on Canabris? This is how the second half of your soul manifested itself. Not yet fully aware. Not yet awakened. It's a pity you did not choose to let your demonic nature take hold. The result would have been most impressive. All those arrogant crusaders, those knights with their eyes ablaze, those pious priests. They have installed at the head of their magnificent army a scion of the Abyss, the creation of the architect of the world wound, whom they so revile.
Hey, as long as I get the job done. Strange to see you here in Nocticula's palace. Who do you really serve? Discari? Baphomet?
Both. And neither. I have served both Discari and Baphomet, and not merely as the lowest in the pecking order. But I do not think you'll be surprised when I tell you that to me, both of these mighty lords are merely convenient temporary sources of power. And their time is almost at an end. But the Lady in Shadow is different. She is the preeminent ruler. Soon you will understand this for yourself.
My power is different from that of Jeribeth, Nolkaneth, and the other demons.
Yes, because I taught Xanther and the other servants of Baphomet and Discari the earliest version of this transformation ritual. I spent decades perfecting it until I obtained the power that I gave to you. Power in its most purified form, cleansed of the filth and chaos inherent within the original blood of the demon lords. Your power is as pure as thrice distilled water, but it resonates with other powerful sources of supernatural power, such as the Sword of Valor. And your power can change. You must have realized this already. You have shaped my gift into a form that you yourself have chosen. You are seeking answers, trying to understand the crux of the matter. That is good. I want to help you close the world wound.
Arilu's words are cut off by a quiet laugh. Sitting on the throne that was empty just a moment ago is none other than Nocticula, ruler of Alushanira and the Midnight Isles, a powerful demon lord, and the one they call Our Lady in Shadow. Her red lips curl into an ironic smile, and her large eyes observe you with keen interest.
You were about to say, we are going to close the world wound, weren't you, Arilu? I see no reason to continue deceiving this mortal. Now, I am convinced that she is quite worthy of serving me. I will even reward her with a modicum of knowledge about the events in which she is about to take part.
Greetings to you, Our Lady in Shadow.
It's nice to see that even surrounded by mortals, you haven't forgotten who your mistress is, Arushale. You may rise.
I didn't mean to. I don't know why I did it.
Alright, well. Please, allow me to greet you, great ruler of the Midnight Isles.
Your manner does not lack courtesy. That is to be commended. I have had my eye on you for a very long time. You see, it was at my behest that Lady Vorlesh imbued you with such incredible powers. But I was curious to see your worth as an individual, not as Lady Vorlesh's creation. Thus, I decided to postpone our meeting and see how you'd fare in Alashanira, and whether or not you could win respect and power among those not so easily impressed by outstanding magical abilities. Well, you've passed my test adequately by proving that your character and your will are stronger than the Nahindrian powers Lady Vorlesh has vested in you.
You are wise, my lady. However, only those who have never known or forgotten what it is like to be mortal can so easily dismiss the importance of power. To be someone whose life is fragile and can be cut short at any moment, like a candle snuffed out by a gust of wind.
It is a shame your angel has left you, mortal. I would have liked to talk to him. I don't expect I will get another chance, as that celestial buffoon's days are numbered.
Why do you think the Hand of the Inheritor is going to die?
Because he charged off all alone into the vastness of the abyss. An old friend awaits him there, the Echo of Discari. And the Echo has been anticipating this meeting for a long time.
The Hand of the Inheritor told me his magic deceived the eyes of all evil spawn of the Abyss, but not yours?
Perhaps you don't know everything about me yet, mortal. Perhaps you made the same mistake as many before you, and many who were more insightful and more powerful than you, by presuming to know what to expect from the Lady in Shadow.
Tell me about the Echo of Discari.
He is a strange creature, a bespoke creation, so to speak. Long before the world wound was opened, Discari, that little cricket, was seeking a way to have some fun on Galarian and assert his influence there. One day, he decided to gather a few strong mortal followers, fuse them together into one being, and pump that being full of his own power, in the belief that something worthwhile would come of it. That is how the Echo came to be. To the great dismay of both the Echo and the Lord of Crickets, the Echo was greeted by Eridan, protector of humankind. Eridan gave the Echo such a thorough thrashing, the whole abyss thought him dead. And yet he was not. Cricket, the younger, is alive and well, though I cannot say the same for Eridan. But the Echo remembers his humiliation still. He hates anything and everything related to Eridan, especially his inheritor, Iomedae. Her heralds, her priests, her temples. He would hate Iomedae's pet pug, if she had one.
I see.
He's an interesting little bird, that angel. Before he became the herald of Iomedae, he served Regathiel, the General of Vengeance. I've always found the fate of that Imperial Lord to be quite fascinating. Did you know that the father of the Upper Plains' top military leader was a devil from hell? Regathiel had to achieve many feats to redeem his unholy legacy in the eyes of the other Imperial Lords. But he did. A remarkable tale, is it not?
Your conversation is interrupted by a concerned-looking succubus who silently approaches Nocticula and then begins fervently whispering into her ear. Nocticula's expression turns hard and cold. As Nocticula ponders the new development, the messenger makes eyes at you playfully. You recognize those green eyes, except they were awash with pain when you last saw them, their owner bleeding out in the caverns of the Nexus. The succubus smiles slyly and gives you a wink.
Another island, another loss. Enough! I warned them that I would not stand for the desolation of my realm. They have not heeded me, and they will regret it. Go to your sisters and tell them to prepare.
That green-eyed succubus, I know her.
Yes, you've already met Laulia, my talented assistant. I've heard she was very convincing at acting out her tragic death in the mines of the Nexus. As you can see, I've been watching you since your very first moments in the Abyss, and even a little earlier. I have prepared a beautiful intrigue that will topple many of your enemies and seal the world wound forever, ending the threat to Galarian. And you have the chance to become part of that intrigue.
Did Arilu really create me? She has certainly had a hand in your present state of existence. Lady Vorlesh designed the world wound, a magical phenomenon of unfathomable power. To seal it, we required a key that was just as strong and unique. Simply put, we required a champion, and she chose you. Both your powers and that wound on your chest were the result of her experiments when she infused your soul with the essence of the Abyss. Of course, you remember none of that. Everything was done in secret. Even the power granted to you was purified to the extent that it was possible, so that you would not guess its source ahead of time. In trial after trial, we watched your will be tempered, and when the time came, we started filling you with the energies of Nahindrian crystals. These energies are necessary for the task at hand. Everything that's happened to you is part of my intrigue. I was going to summon you and reveal the truth when the time was right. Instead, you followed your queen's orders and arrived here early. One can only hope that you are prepared to accept the truth. Everything has its price. Your wound was, in essence, the flip side of all my experiments. There was a reason why we required a true champion, not merely a living tool whom we could fling into the flames of the world wound and close it like any lesser rift. I think you should know that. What exactly are you offering me? I'm offering you the chance to become my weapon. Your enemies are a thorn in my side as well as yours. What's more, I have never schemed against Galarian, nor have my warriors taken part in the conquest of your plane, at least not at my behest. Why would you want to close the wound? When the world wound opened, I was pleased. My realm was now connected to another plane. I wanted to make it into a crossroads of worlds, a place where demons, devils, and even angels could meet. Yeah, Sigil. But you're no lady in pain. Lady of Pain, yeah. The World Wound was a convenient path along which I could advance my ideas, but the Midnight Isles were not the only realm that had been linked to Galarian through the wound. Discari and Baphomet now also had a way from their realms into your plane. Their servants flooded my isles and spread out across them like a plague of locusts, killing guests who were under my protection, questioning my rule. They were driven by their lust to conquer and enslave, whether on Galarian or in another abyssal realm. I was forced to shift my focus and express my discontent. Eventually, atop the bones of our servants, we reached an accord. I would let their armies pass, and they would comply with my wishes while on my islands. Of course, the accord is a polite fiction. Both the Descarites and the Baphomets are attempting to amass their power and influence in Lucianira to overthrow me. When they think I'm not watching, they break my taboos and revel in their own impudence. And worst of all, Lady Vorlesh told them about the Nahindrian crystals. They realized what kind of power the crystals hold, and now they are determined to mine every last deposit hidden within my islands. With every lost island, my power is diminished. I could start a war and kill the plunderers, but a major conflict would hinder some of my other plans. So instead, I will teach my neighbors a lesson by orchestrating their ignominious defeat at the hands of a mortal. What do I gain by serving you? A reasonable question. One must always serve one's own interests. Well, rest assured that you will be adequately rewarded. I will give you gifts befitting your ambitions, and my patronage, which you can certainly count on, will prove more valuable than any enchanted trinkets you could dream up. I can grant you immortality as well. If you think I will only reward the commander for her service, you are mistaken. I could grant every one of you whatever you desire most. You, underground hunter, would you like me to rid you of the curse of short life that haunts your tribe, so that your eyes don't grow weak in 5 years and your arms remain strong? I would love that, but I'll have to pass. I don't know what price demons demand for favors like that, but I'm sure I've got nothing to pay with. I'd rather die honestly whenever my time comes than live with a debt around my neck. Regal says nothing but gives Lan a short, respectful nod. How exactly do you plan to close the world wound? It's a complicated magical process. You will receive precise instructions once you've captured the Threshold Fortress on Galarian. There, at the exact spot where Lady Vorlesh opened the world wound, you will be able to close it. But first, you'll have to crush the Guardians of Threshold, and their forces are growing by the day. Hepzibah, Baphomet's daughter, is mining a large number of Nahindran crystals in my realm. These crystals are her secret weapon. No army on Galarian can stand against them. You must stop Hepzibah. If you do not, your world will fall and my plans will suffer significant harm. At one time, I disclosed the secret of transformation to two servants of Baphomet and Discari, Xanthir Vang and Mutasafin. It was a well-calculated gambit, which bought us time and assured both Discari and Baphomet of my loyalty. Mutasafin is Hepzibah's favorite. He oversees the transformation of her army. Hepzibah is currently on another island, far from here. The route to that place is plagued by pirates, monsters, tempests, and other more terrifying dangers. Have you heard of the living bubbles of frozen time that swallow airships, and when the ships reach port, their crews discover they've been gone for 100 years? That is not the strangest occurrence you could encounter on your journey. I'm willing to provide you with a decent ship and an experienced crew. If you kill Hepzibah, it will stop her sinking any more of my islands, but without giving Baphomet cause to declare war on me. Then again, I'm not offering you anything new, as you are already enjoying my favor, Commander. Your companion is a succubus, and I'm the succubus queen. This demon follows you around only because I allow it. Tell me, Arushale, are you grateful that I'm not forbidding you from traveling with the Commander and fighting against your own kind? You are incredibly generous, Our Lady in Shadow. So what do you think, Commander? Personally, I'd rather take my chances rowing to this another island far from here in a rusty bucket than make any deals with the Lady in Shadow. I'll steer. We are clearly being manipulated into serving as a tool in an intrigue we cannot fully evaluate, given that we lack complete information. It would be tempting to make use of our resources, but that's what bait in a trap is supposed to be. Tempting. Why is it so important to kill Hepzibah? Discari and Baphomet won't just stand there and watch you close the world wound. They'll send their armies after you, so you will need an army of your own, and that is something the Crusaders won't have for long. Hepzibah is mining more and more Nahindran crystals to empower her forces when she attacks Galarian. If you don't stop her, the Crusader resistance will be crushed, and the ranks of demons pouring through the world wound into your world will multiply 100-fold. You were sent here to cut off the demon army's supply of Nahindran crystals, weren't you? Well, that's exactly what you're going to accomplish. I will consider your offer. And accept it, I'm sure. I respect your caution and won't force you into submission. We all stand to gain if you do my bidding of your own volition. An interesting destiny lies before you, mortal. You will rise to great heights and play a part in events of titanic proportions. Many would give their life for a chance to tread such a path. Hepzibah visits Lucianera every now and again, but her true lair is far from here. She hides on the island of Colifir, to the northwest of my archipelago. There lies her secret fortress. In the deep mines, her slaves dig Nahindran crystals for the invading army she plans to bring to Galarian. I will give you a magnificent airship and an experienced crew to take you there. It will be a long and perilous journey. Take some time to prepare. I wish to inform you of treason. Shamira is researching the Nahindran crystals in secret. Perhaps she's planning to overthrow you. How nice of you to warn me. I'm impressed. I do wonder, however, did you really think I was unaware of this, or did you merely want to demonstrate your loyalty? Either way, I appreciate you telling me. I will take this as proof that I can rely on you. You were very astute to uncover Shamira's desire to dethrone me, and it was particularly sensible of you to keep your mouth shut about the secrets of the Nahindran crystals. I suppose your caution calls for a reward. Aspect of the Asp. A friend of mine, the storyteller, has peered into the future. In his vision, Hepzibah was sending demons after you. The demons were strengthened by Nahindran crystals. You are a font of knowledge, my dear guest. Let's just say I'm not surprised by her appetites. The ambitions of that brat, or her lecherous goat of a sire, were bound to surface sooner or later, but your warning will encourage me to keep a closer eye on her. Secret ingredient. Your soul is surrounded by luminescence. What laws of the abyss have you broken? Yeah, that's never gonna work. there are some in your city who must be condemned for breaking the laws of the Abyss, as well as the Cosmic Order. You must judge them. You don't say, and why do you concern yourself with these laws? What gives you the right to tell me whom to judge? I am an Aeon. Look into my eyes and you will understand. You stare into Nocticula's eyes, your gaze is clashing like steel meeting steel. She is silent, but you know what she sees in the endless depths of the cosmos behind your eyes. Vivid nebula clouds, the tails of meteors streaking past, and stars hanging in nothingness. Well, Aeon, there are times when even the ruler of Elutionera is in need of entertainment. I have never obeyed any laws or rules before, but why not try it now? Let's have a trial. I'd love to see an Aeon try to establish order among chaos. Alright, I'm ready to judge. First, I will be the one who passes the sentence. Naturally, I will listen to your opinion, but I won't allow you to ruin my fun. Second, out of all of Elutionera, you may choose only 3 culprits and no more. Finally, you must judge them immediately, as any game that drags on too long soon becomes a chore. Alright, Arilu Vorlesh. Of course, what other name could you have possibly called? Rein in your bloodlust, Aeon. Lady Vorlesh is not one of my subjects. Besides, I have my own plans for her future. You've not fully understood what it means to be an Aeon, yet you have the nerve to demand answers of anyone you meet. How very mortal of you. Alright, Zeklex. Zara. And I guess Mielera. I've said all the names, let the trial begin. Sorceress Mielera of Absalom, fearless aeronaut, what is your crime against Elutionera? Only that I follow an unwritten set of rules, my lady. I abide by the Aeronaut's code. Will you condemn me for this? Aeronauts have a code of conduct? I did not know that, but you said it was an unwritten set of rules. If this code is not binding, why follow it? Here in the Abyss, you are free to do whatever you want. No one will judge you. Why cling to useless rules? I cannot betray the Aeronaut's code, my lady. It would be like betraying myself. Without the code, I would be a ship without a rudder. I'd be at the mercy of the winds, and with no set course or purpose, I would be lost. Why do you think people are so afraid of freedom? Don't you find it interesting? They impose all sorts of restrictions on themselves just to avoid the experience of being free. It's a stupid way to live, in my opinion, but I'm not convinced it's a crime. Did you know she's cursed, Aeon? She is doomed to bring death and destruction wherever she goes, yet she continues to cling to her notion of goodness. I do not see any criminal wrongdoing here. An informal code of conduct is not a law. Then why did you call this woman to court? Well, because it was in my quest log. Well, if the Aeon is too afraid to pass judgment, I will do it instead. Leave my realm, Mielera, and do not return. Your doom follows you wherever you go, and I don't want my servants dying off as a result of your ridiculous curse. You didn't listen to me. You did the opposite of what I said. I allowed these trials, but I never said I'd let you make the decisions for me. Great. Alright. Zeklex, the arena steward. A tiefling who is too honest for this plane and who appreciates a fair fight. You're rather unique. I doubt there are many who share your views, even on Galarian. Is that a reason to punish you? I am at your mercy, my lady, but if you think fair fights are boring, I must respectfully disagree. I pick opponents carefully, and I'm always on the lookout for new talent. A fair fight is unpredictable. The underdog can always defeat the champion. Isn't that what keeps the audience on the edge of their seats? The unpredictability of the fights, the uncertainty of the betting table, and a desire to guess the winner. That's what keeps the crowds entertained. Your words make sense, Tiefling, though I do find you unusual. Here in the Abyss, it is strange to meet anyone who wishes for the triumph of honesty, but I find it amusing that someone like you has managed to survive in my city. Bravo. What do the laws of creation say, Aeon? I don't know. I don't know. He's guilty of violating the laws of the Abyss. He must be banished. You can be so heartless sometimes. Well, cold-hearted Aeon, you've had your say, but this tiefling has convinced me. The only honest creature among liars. How unpredictable. Perhaps I'll even make a bet, steward, on how much longer you'll live. Boy, oh boy. Zara, daughter of Ishiar, the Aeon accuses you of going against creation and making something that shouldn't exist. This Aeon imposter doesn't know what she's talking about. For many years I have conducted experiments on my children. Only Zorhaze was strong enough to survive. He is proof that Clipoth and demon blood can be crossed successfully. Crossbreeding of a Clipoth and demon violates the laws of creation. With the Lady Evolutioneer's permission, I will execute this creature. Okay, she didn't listen to anything. And now the Aeon is going to judge me for my decisions. Alright, but first, mythic abilities. Let's see. School mastery would be pretty good. Spell penetration, mythic, pretty good. I get to add 6 to my checks to overcome spell resistance. Yeah, that's probably better. Enforcing gaze. It's tough. It's tough. Am I really gonna pick any of these things in a battle between the stuff I already have? Relativity of space was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, DR against chaotic, like everything we fight is chaotic. Caster level could be pretty good. But it says all spells your allies cast. I don't think it's my stuff. So I guess I'll grab relativity of space, but who knows? God, I just get like every spell ever. I already have most of these spells. I could grab restoration though. We kind of always need that stuff. I think there's some stuff you can do with Dimension Door that I've read about. I'm gonna grab that and that. Okay. Oh, improved Aeon's Bane. My spells and attacks now affect the target with the effect of the greater dispel spell. And we get Summon Gold Golem. Hell yeah. Edict of Predetermination. As a swift action, you make the target roll 11 on all d20 rolls for the number of rounds equal to your caster level divided by 4. So that's like 4. Roll 11 on all d20 rolls. I mean, you won't crit. You never would crit. But depending on what you're attacking, what you're doing, you might never miss. That could be pretty good. True form, you dispel petrification, enemies, transmutation spells, and effects from the target. Uncertainty principle. For 1 round per caster level, you gain 50 mischance. Additionally, while the spell is in effect, you can teleport to any point in close range as a swift action. And perfect prediction. +2 insight bonus to the creature's armor class. Increases by 1 for every 6 caster levels. So, yeah, +4 insight bonus to AC. Okay. There's some stuff in there. I could take shield focus mythic, but that just adds it to my touch AC. Could take weapon focus mythic. Did I have the guide up? I don't think I have the guide up that I was using. No, that was ages ago. Hold on. What do they recommend? This is sick. Power attack mythic. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, power attack mythic is fine with me. Regal. Weapon specialization mythic. Sure, why not? Gain a bonus equal to half your mythic rank on damage rolls. Or you could take weapon focus mythic. Double the bonuses on your attack rolls from weapon focus and greater weapon focus. Or improved critical. Now I'm curious. I don't know. Doesn't sound like, I mean, doesn't sound like they really ever get taken. Improved critical gets taken. I guess we'll take that. Arushale, deadly aim mythic. Point blank shot mythic. Let's go point blank shot mythic. Darren. School mastery for conjuration. I think my heals are based on caster level. So, yes. And Lan. Gosh. Maybe hammer the gap. Or leading strike. Unrelenting assault, maybe. Sure. Okay. That's all that. I killed Willidus, your court mage. All right. You and my servant Lady Vorlesh were just talking about the lexicon of paradox. For many years it has remained split in half, harmless. What was once divided can be made whole again. Who knows what power the book book could impart to its owner? What if they expand the world wound even further or connect it to other planes? Not a chance. The lexicon of paradox has caused more than enough trouble already. You already possess the first half of the book. Find the other one and bring them both to me. I will reward you handsomely. Give me the book into my keeping will also protect Galarian from suffering a second world wound disaster. The Lord of the Abyss wants the book that holds the secret to opening the world wound. All with the best intentions, I'm sure. I expected a better lie from the Lady in Shadow. This one won't do. Why do you need this book? But I don't have the first book. I don't have the first half. I specifically didn't take it. Yeah, I didn't take it. Alright, secret ingredient, usable item. Once per day, you may use this ability to make all potions used by your party empowered and maximized, as though using the Empower spell and maximize spell feats for 1 minute. You may use it to make all potions for 1 minute. Yeah, okay. I mean, like, if I wanted to buy a bunch of healing potions, I guess that's a way to save on healing potions. But certainly, like, someone more... you know, I don't use potions. I should, but I don't. Aspect of the Asp. +2 DC on poison spells. All raise spells deal additional 1d6 plus 5 points of acid damage. No, not really useful to me, I'm afraid. Alright, that's that. So, let's go back. I guess let's go back to the Nexus and pop in with the Aeon. See what he felt about my decisions. Because what Nocticula felt about my decisions is probably a lot different than what the Aeon feels. So maybe I did all right in the eyes of the Aeon, but who knows?
Follow if you dare.
That was a lot of dialogue, though, as expected. Do I want to trust her for a ship to go over there? I don't think I really want to do anything with her. Hopefully we can work with that one that I brought before trial, because she seems good. She seems like a good aeronaut. Contemplate whether you have strayed from the path of the Aeon. The ruler of Illusionera sought to lead you astray. She acted as an agent of chaos, but she cannot be blamed for following her nature. You, however, did not act according to your nature. You did not fulfill the duties of an Aeon. Nocticula was a stormy sea, rough and unpredictable. The tide swept you away like a hollow reed, and the waves tossed you about until you were far from shore. You feel you've accomplished your mission in the Abyss, but when you look back, you sense that something is wrong. The influence of the Abyss is seeping into Galarian through the rift in the Midnight Fane. In its dark depths, a cold distortion flickers, invisible to everyone but you. It is a breach in time, similar to the one that drew you into Aurilu Vorlesh's laboratory. Perhaps you were not strong enough to reveal it before, but now you see it clearly. Your time in the Abyss has given you an Aeon's determination to fight injustice to the end. A distortion in the depths of the Midnight Fane. Well. Let's go check it out.
I do what I must.
And of course we dismounted again, because why not?
Tell me, and I'll do it.
Some magical barrier over here. Do we think that's something? Oh, here. That's right. I remember this. Let's do it. We're going back in time again? Oh my god. Oh. Cold haze dissipates, but a reel of Orlesh's icy stare keeps you frozen in place. You again. I knew you'd come back eventually. You knew. How? I'm observant. A mysterious individual thwarted Monago's plans in Dresden and told Staunton some very interesting things in an attempt to change his mind. More importantly, the week before I was captured, someone paid a visit to my laboratory. They appeared out of nowhere, said a few words, and then vanished without a trace. It was a most curious encounter, and it became even more curious once I discovered the truth of your origins. Once I put two and two together, I knew that my plans to open the world wound would succeed. After all, someone from the future was traveling back in time to stop my research. Now, I would love to stay and discuss time travel with you, but I cannot allow you to interfere with my work. You will have to be killed. Traveling through time is an extraordinary power. It is gratifying to see it in the hands of someone worthy. Use it wisely, Commander. There are many problems we can solve directly now before they ever happen. Xanthier the Plagued One, what are you doing here? The Plagued One? I am Xanthier Vang! We have to fight Xanthier and Mutasafin? Oh, nope. Just Xanthier. You damn coward. So you want to be Arilu's only apprentice? I am her only apprentice. The rest are just servants. What is Arilu teaching you? Study the power of Nahindrian crystals. We're on the verge of great discoveries. You heard Arilu, I'm from the future. Do you want to know what will happen to you? Xanthier hesitates, and the churring of the locust grows louder and more frantic. Is this a trick? Do you think you can frighten me with foreboding tales of the future? Well, it won't work. In the future, you will die by my hand, tired and disappointed. You will dream of death. In fact, you will beg for it. But your future is my past. If I thrashed you so easily then, what do you think I'll do to you now? Oh, I failed the check. I rolled a 1. Damn.
Get it up.
All right. Fight it is.
Retreat is not an option.
No buffs. No buffs allowed here.
I will resist.
We probably don't need a whole lot.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Aborane Sentes.
Hmm. 5 fire giants, huh? Well, all we have to do is kick your ass. So let's go with save DCs. Perfect. I'm tempted to try Feeble Mind. He's a spellcaster, right? Yeah, he's a wizard. So let me try this first. It's immune to that. All right, let's try Feeble Mind. Immune to Feeble Mind, my ass. Immune to Smite Evil, my ass.
Guide my blade!
Kneel before me.
Guess I should probably check immunities before I cast spells. Fuck.
You won't survive me.
Unimosi Travisi.
Ow. Well, at least they can't hit shit for dick.
Don't hold back.
All right, what are you immune to? God, like everything. Oh my God, he is immune to everything. Slow, paralyzed, entangled, difficult, drained, slow, immobilized, staggered, petrified. Movement impairing. He's not immune to prone? I do have a selective grease, although I don't know if selective actually does anything in that case. Sirocco is probably better, but I feel like I need to try a dispel, even if it doesn't do much. No, fuck it. I'm gonna go for area effects, and I'm actually gonna do Hungry Pit.
Esmo, Axe, yes.
Okay, what's left? Did it get everybody? They got all of them? They all failed. They're all going in the pit. That's really funny. All right, well then let's just sit here and buff a little bit. That's good. I really like it. I don't know. True Strike. Oh no. Yeah, it's pretty good. Darren, you can still channel positive energy, but I can't cleanse. Then I'm gonna try rectify state on Darren. There you go. So many spells.
Inimosi Travisi.
Yeah, mostly just sitting here. Bless.
Sentes.
Full strength.
Inimosi Travisi.
Oh, did I lose frightful aspect? I think I did. But you know, I think we're fine. We could probably switch to real time until something pops out. Good. Yeah, I think Xanther Vang is fully healed. But, you know, he used up some spells and I think we can probably end it. With him on the ground, we should do okay. Concealment's really annoying, but...
Endure this.
Destruction. Immune to destruction. Why not be immune to destruction?
Ha! Desna, guide my hand.
That's why you wanted to spend your turn, huh?
Press the attack!
Don't kill me, I surrender, I surrender! There'll be no mercy for you, Xanthier, the Plagued One. Because, I mean, we're fucking with time. We may as well fuck with time, right? Alright, well, I fucked with time.
I finished here. Is there more?
These are now Mutasivin's notes of him trying to follow in Xanthier's footsteps, but he failing.
Do it my way.
Xanthier's now dead. So let's go back.
Follow if
Go back to the Aeon. See if he approves our decision there to kill him. But I mean, if we didn't kill him, what the fuck were we doing? You know? Like I said, if you're gonna go back in time specifically to mess with time, you may as well do it. Okay. Nothing? Okay. It's just like people wondering where the distortion is. No, okay. Yeah, I don't know. We did it.
So many years wasted. So many good people perished. And there's still no end to this war.
Praise the goddess, we'll end it. Once and for all.
Okay. So, what do we really have left here? We need to go to Colafir. It'll warn me, right? It'll warn me if I am going to somewhere. Yeah. I think it kind of is like Um. Gosh. Doesn't sound like you come back here. It sounds like going off to this place is like the end. And then, you know, that's it. And then you don't ever go back to Illusionera. So dangerous knowledge, but I didn't pick up the book. I have to decide probably if I want to just stop playing till tomorrow. Just to complete a couple quests. I'm not... I'm not sure. It really sounds like you were supposed to take the book. I don't know why the game makes such a big thing about you having the book when you had the explicit option not to take the book. I don't know what to do about the lexicon of paradox. All right. I guess let's take Ember for a meeting with Nocticula and see how that goes. I'm hoping... I can't imagine it's going to result in combat, because that would be ridiculous. If she just gets so fed up at this girl just talking to her. Not even gonna bother to mount. I mean, I really am interested to see what she got to say. My companion Ember would like to speak with you.
Ember. So that's her then? Well, approach. I have heard you bleating your pathetic prayers at me. You have some nerve addressing me with such nonsense. Did you think I would simply repent? Renounce my status as a demon lord? Do you have any idea what I had to do to acquire it? Wait, what is this?
Tears are rolling down Ember's cheeks as she sniffles noisily. She presses her maimed hands against her heart as she stares up at Nocticula. Her fragile form shudders from weeping.
I can't stand these noises. Do you think you're the first to try to move me with a display of tears? It only makes me angry. If you wish to speak, then wipe your nose and speak clearly.
I know what you had to do. To others and to yourself. I'm so sorry. So sorry. If only I could ease your pain somehow. Calm your sorrows.
So, where were we? My pain? My sorrows? What nonsense are you talking? Don't tell me you pity me.
I'm so sorry. You're the most miserable soul I've ever seen. I've seen people burned alive. People being devoured by monsters. People burying their children. They were in pain. So much pain. But I've never seen anyone in as much pain as you.
What is this saccharine drivel? What do you even know of me, Nat?
I've seen your city. You were the one who built it. It is the way you wanted it to be. It holds all of your dreams, all of your heart, and everyone in this city is suffering. Everywhere, all the time, every minute. All who live here are hurting and scared. If these are its citizens, how miserable must its ruler feel?
And this is what you brought her to me for. You think this infantile sniveling is worthy of my attention?
I've seen the truth of her wisdom more than once. Perhaps it would benefit you to listen to her as well.
As if I hadn't seen enough sanctimonious bores in my life. So, what do you suggest I do, preacher? Beg the good gods' forgiveness? Devote myself to serving a sword-swinging upstart, perchance? Or that old crone, the moon?
No. Gods can't help anyone. They're just like us mortals. Silly, frightened, clueless. You're almost a goddess yourself. You know better than anyone that no one can save you. No one except you.
Save me? From what exactly?
From yourself. From what you've done to yourself. From the city you've imprisoned yourself in. Listen! You are a queen, but you're the queen of pain and filth. Your realm is a realm of your own suffering. You're almost a goddess. You can do anything you want. So why won't you make yourself happy? You could become the Redeemer Queen.
Oh, the Redeemer Queen! That's new. Never in all my years have I heard anything like that. Well, child, enough joking. Get out of my sight, or I'm afraid I might decide to keep you here forever as my fool.
Do you think she took my words to heart?
Probably.
That would be great.
I told you to get out! I don't want to hear your squeaky voice again!
Well, yeah, I mean, you did it, and it's done. I don't know if that could have gone differently. Should I have been more involved? Let me see. Could I have done it differently? I mean, would we really change a demon queen? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Oh well. Let's go back to the Nexus. Am I gonna wait till tomorrow? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, we can end this video now. Maybe I'll get caught up with work or something. I won't have time to record before the patch comes out. You know, you never know, but I don't think I'll specifically hold off because I'm an impatient man and this is just too fucking good. You know, I had started Kingmaker. This is like, oh, I guess I'll play through Kingmaker on my own because we started with the Wrath of the Righteous. But it's not like it's not like a sequel or anything like that. Wrath of the Righteous isn't a sequel. It's just another game. So now I'm debating maybe holding off and just doing a whole Let's Play of Kingmaker because it's just more of this. Even though this is going to be so many fucking episodes. And who knows when I'm going to upload this or how long it'll take or anything like that.
I'm gone.
You talked to Nocticula. What can you say about her now? He was laughing so loudly, but, you know, I think it was just so she didn't cry. She has so many servants, but not a single friend. So many lovers, but no one to love. So much power, and she uses it all to hurt herself. I hope she can change her life. It'll be so sad if she has to live like that forever. I noticed a shadow behind you. They come and go, but they don't do anything bad. I don't think they're scary. Alright. So yes, assuming we can't do anything with the lexicon, then we're at the point where I either have to move on and get the airship and go, or wait till tomorrow for the patch. So we'll see what happens. For now, though, my name is Mangg. Game watching has been Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. I'll see you fine folks in the next part.